welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. If there's background noise, my dryer is going. So excuse that. And then if you notice some videos, I think some of the sound is going to be off. Sometimes I'll have that fan be that way. The black thing behind me. Or, okay, never mind. Working backwards is weird. All right. That thing. Oh, not that thing. Whatever. Moving on. So, pardon the noise. So what we're going to be looking at in this video is we're doing more Boxcar Children. So this is the continuation of our Boxcar Children series. So this is Mike's mystery. So this bounces off the Yellow House mystery. And if you haven't seen that, please go back. So this book came out in 1960s. So now we're dealing with we're back at Great Aunt Jane's, and now there's a giant community there because of the uranium mine. And they run into another kid that they met in the, what mystery was it? Wasn't the Yellow House mystery? Let me pull up my Boxcar Children. It was Surprise Island. So this is Mike, who was there, and he had his dog, and he was competing with Benny. So his brother is working for the mine. So he gets good money, so they're living in town housing. And the kids come to see what's going on. Again, they technically own the mine. So it's interesting because technically the Alden children own the mine that Mike's family is working for. So they come, they run into Mike, they see the new village that's popped up because there's a uranium mine. And the next day, Mike's house burns down. And there are some people who are blaming Mike, who's a mischievous little kid, and his dog. But his dog was in the basement, which is where the fire started. So it's like, no, he wouldn't do this. In the meantime, his mother, they end up trying to help out his mother so she can start up a pie making shop. And it goes through them trying to figure out who is framing Mike. And they're nosing around and they're dealing with a bunch of different stuff. And they're starting to find something. There's a picture of this in the newspaper of Mike's brother Pat, and there's a mysterious man in a blue hat. And they eventually find out when they show the picture, to Great Aunt Jane. She's like, oh, that's one of the three men that tried to buy my land from me last year. And so they go searching around and they get the guy who's running the mine, Mr. Carter, I believe, involved, and they find that they're basically possibly these three men who had end up in jail ended up trying to blow up the mine. So they were the ones who set fire to the house and stuff like that. So that's really the basic mystery of this book. Again, it came out in 1960s. So similar to the Yellow House mystery, it's interesting to talk about the time period these were written, because to have a bunch of children running around a uranium mine, which in my eyes and most of the eyes of modern generations would be very, very strange and feel kind of dangerous. I'm all for nuclear power. It can be very, very safe. Small children running around a uranium mine is a whole different story. Small children running around a mine, period, is bizarre and, very, very unsafe. But again, it's a fictional story. It came out in 1960s, and this is the atomic age. So it's something to great if you're homeschooling to talk about the time period this came out in. So the idea of children running around a uranium mine probably wouldn't be all that strange to children, because they were uranium and plutonium and nuclear tests and atomic bombs, and it was the middle of the bloody Cold War, and it was an interesting time. So another interesting little installment in the Boxcar Children book series. These are very, very cute. This is about 128 pages. But again, similar to the other pages, you're periodically going to see that there's full pages of pictures and different things throughout the book. So the actual book page numbers of reading is going to vary. So I'm not going to point out all the pictures in this book because I don't think I saw them all. So, very interesting book. Interesting series. I'm going to say that. I'm definitely noticing the time. The next book is The Blue Bay Mystery. Definitely showing the fact that these kids have a very wealthy grandfather. And, yeah. And they own a uranium mine. a very good uranium mine. Yeah, I still find that very, very funny. These four kids are definitely of the white upper class. So they are very, very privileged. That's the other thing to take into account in these books is who is the target audience. They are generally targeting the more privileged, most likely very white, middle to upper classes of America. So that was the original target audience. They're mysteries, they're fun. They can go for anybody, boys or girls. Obviously, you have the four characters, 2 boys, 2 girls, which is the author's intent to make this for anybody. But again, it was written in the 1960s by a little old white teacher who wanted to write middle grade books for her students. So that was the original target audience. It is something to bring up. These kids are very obviously wealthy. And it was written in the 1960s. Okay, I'm going to stop harping on that. I didn't realize how old these were. And yes, I would consider 1960 old because my father would have been like, in 1960, about 9. So my mother would have been 7 years younger than that. So this was written when my parents were young. And no, my father wouldn't have read this. He didn't like reading. And I don't know if my mother would have read the Boxcar Children. She may have. Fortunately, I can't ask her. Because she's not here anymore. But, end of that. So, if you like what you see, be sure to check out the rest of the channel. I will be continuing around with the Boxcar Children. I am covering the first 18 books, which is written by the original author. They go on by multiple other authors and on and on and on. So, I'm not going there because it'd take forever. And the children's age in these first 18 books. So, why after that point, I think the children go back to being young. It becomes a serial, probably very similar to Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, neither of which I've read. So be sure to check out the channel. I'm covering a wide variety of other stuff I normally do. I have no idea when you guys are going to be watching this. I'm filming this, and this is literally the 1st of February of 2024. So you guys will be seeing this closer to summer, I think. So my Angel Island, my Ellis Island stuff will be coming up probably around this time, would be my guess. So be sure to watch the rest of channel. I do come out with book reviews every Monday. I come out with media reviews every Friday. I'm doing some various mystery series to bounce off the Boxcar Children in this case. And so be sure to check those out as well and check out the backlog. Thank you.